in the heart of London,
where millions passed through every day without a trace of recognition. One boy's disappearance would become one of the city's greatest unsolved mysteries.
a quiet teenager vanished beneath the bustling streets of the
Capital, and 40 years later,
The case remains as cold and haunting as the tunnels that swallowed him. This is the story of Martin Allen, the boy who went into the underground and never came out. Before we dive into the horrifying story of Martin Allen, make sure to subscribe to Crimes Through Time.
and if you enjoy uncovering history's darkest crimes, give this video a like and keep your thoughts in the
Comment section, it helps others find these forgotten tales.
Now, let's step back to the autumn of 1979. Here when Britain was changing fast, but a dark secret was hiding beneath its streets. It was November 5th, 1979. Guy Fawkes Night, a date that should have been
Filled with fireworks and laughter across the United Kingdom, 14-year-old Martin Allen
the youngest son of Tom and Eileen Allen,
lived with his family in the caretaker's cottage at the Australian High
Commission in Kensington, West London.
His father worked as a chauffeur for the Australian High Commissioner,
A respectable, steady job that allowed the family to live comfortably within the
grounds of a diplomatic residence. Martin was described by everyone who knew him as a shy
well-behaved boy, polite, sensible.
and not one to take risks.
He attended Henry Compton School in Fulham and had a small circle of friends.
Like any other teenager,
He enjoyed football, pop music, and spending time around London. But there was nothing about Martin Allen that suggested he was a runaway. That Monday afternoon, Martin left school as usual, saying he was heading to visit his older brother Bob, who lived near King's
Cross. He told friends he planned
to take the Piccadilly line to Gloucester Road, then switch to the District line, a route countless Londoners travelled every day.
at around 3:50 p.m. He was seen boarding a train at Earl's Court Station. From that moment, the world would never see him again. By early evening, when Martin failed to arrive at his brother's home, Bob thought little of it perhaps. His younger brother had changed his mind or stopped somewhere else.
But when Martin didn't return home that night, his parents became deeply concerned.
They reported him missing, and within 24 hours, the Metropolitan Police launched a search.
At first, the investigation treated it as a runaway case, a common assumption for teenage disappearances in the late 1970s. But within days, that theory began to crumble.
Martin had taken no money, no change of clothes, and left behind his personal belongings.
More alarmingly, he had been spotted on the underground with an unidentified man.
Multiple witnesses came forward describing a boy matching Martin's appearance: fair-haired, school uniform, carrying a sports bag, seen with a well-dressed man in his 30s or 40s, wearing a smart suit.
One witness remembered the man's hand placed firmly on the boy's shoulder. Another described the man as appearing very
Possessive. The pair were last seen at
Earl's Court Station, where the man reportedly said to Martin, "Don't try to run."
That single sentence would echo through the investigation for decades. The witness descriptions painted a disturbing picture. The man was clean-cut,
respectable, and out of place in the usual rush of commuters. Detectives quickly realized this was no ordinary missing persons case.
it was a probable abduction.
The investigation expanded rapidly.
Police circulated thousands of posters bearing Martin's face,
Combed through hours of CCTV
footage from nearby areas, though underground cameras were rare at the time,
and interviewed hundreds of commuters. But London in 1979 was a city on the move. Millions flowed through its transport network.
every day. In the chaos of daily travel,
One frightened boy and his captor vanished as if the earth had swallowed them. In the following weeks, the media seized on the story. Newspapers splashed Martin's face across the front pages.
calling him the boy lost beneath
London. Tips flooded in alleged sightings.
from as far away as Brighton, Manchester, even Paris, but none held weight.
Then, in December, a chilling clue emerged. A man who had seen the appeals came forward. He claimed to have
Being on the Piccadilly line the same
evening as Martin's disappearance.
He remembered seeing a boy fitting Martin's description with an older man this time. The man was carrying the boy's bag. When the witness asked if the boy was okay, the man replied smoothly, "He's just being silly."
He's coming home with me.
Police suspected grooming or child abduction.
But what unsettled them most was what this suggested that Martin's abductor felt confident.
Enough to speak in public, calm and composed.
Whoever he wasn't a stranger to manipulation.
As the days became weeks, the Allen family's nightmare deepened.
Christmas came and went without a trace. In early 1980, the investigation went cold.
There were no bodies, no ransom demands, and no evidence of foul play. For years, Martin Allen remained simply missing. But in the shadows of the 1980s, disturbing connections would begin to surface.
In 1983, detectives began investigating the notorious Elm Guesthouse scandal, a network of alleged child abuse involving powerful men, politicians, and entertainers.
Among the potential victims,
Names like Martin Allen and another missing boy,
Vishal Mehrotra, were whispered.
both had vanished in eerily similar circumstances, young.
Vulnerable. Last seen near transport hubs in London. Police investigated whether Martin's disappearance,
Could be connected to a VIP pedophile ring.
rumoured to operate around southwest London. The claims were explosive, implicating
Influential figures and suggesting cover art stretching to the top.
but no charges ever came.
And many of the allegations were later dismissed or declared unproven.
Still, one thing became clear. Martin Allen's case had not been random.
There were too many coincidences, too many unanswered questions. In the 1990s, renewed forensic methods brought hope. Detectives reopened files, re-interviewed witnesses, and re-examined leads. They discovered that certain
Evidence from the original case,
including witness statements, had been misfiled or lost.
internal reviews criticised the initial
Investigation for tunnel
vision and poor record keeping. Then came a possible breakthrough in 2009 during an unrelated investigation into convicted child abuser William Goad. A tip suggested that Goad may have boasted about involvement in Martin's disappearance.
Detectives pursued it, but Goad died in prison before he could be questioned. Once again, the trail went cold for the Allen family. Decades of pain turned into weary resolve.
Martin's parents, Tom and Eileen, never stopped searching.
In one haunting interview, Tom said, "We've lived with it every day."
Someone out there knows what happened. We just want the truth. In 2013, Martin's case was reopened once more by the Metropolitan Police Child Abuse Command.
Part of a broader inquiry into historical abuse claims.
The operation, codenamed Operation Midland, revisited multiple cold cases.
Though controversial and later criticized for its handling of evidence,
It did bring renewed public attention to Martin Allen's disappearance. By now, over 40 years had passed. The underground had changed. The city had grown, but somewhere beneath the modern hum of London's
transport network lingered the ghost of
1979.
In more recent years, independent investigators and journalists have continued to follow the trail. Some believe Martin may have fallen victim to an organized network. Others think his abduction was the act of a lone predator. One retired detective called it London's perfect crime committed in plain sight.
Amid thousands of witnesses with no trace left behind,
The psychological horror of the
case lies not only in
its mystery, but in its mundanity.
Martin Allen wasn't taken from a dark alley or deserted park. He was taken from one of the safest, most public spaces imaginable. The London Underground, symbol of the city's heartbeat, became the setting for a quiet, perfect disappearance. The story of Martin Allen is a scar on the capital, a reminder that even in a city full of eyes,
Some things can vanish forever. To this day, the case remains open.
Martin would be in his 50s now. His family's hope has never fully died. Even as the years stretch on, his brother Bob still believes someone knows what happened.
Someone who rode that train, saw that man, or knew something about the world that hid beneath London's polished surface.
And that's what makes this story endure, not just the crime itself, but the void it left behind.
Because every so often, as commuters rush through Earl's Court or King's Cross,
Glancing at their reflections in the train doors,
a name flickers in the archives of their city.
Martin Allen, the boy who disappeared into the underground and into legend. Thank you for watching.
Crimes Through Time. If this story haunted you as much as it haunts history, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe for more journeys into the past's darkest mysteries. And tell us, do you believe Martin Allen was taken by a network? Or did a single man commit the perfect abduction in plain sight? We'll see you in the next episode. Until then, stay curious and stay safe.